Okay, so now we've gotten home and we got our set out. What are the three things that are most important about a set? And then I'll talk about the things that I would get just to keep things organized. One of the first things that you'll see is this canvas. The canvas is most of the time just plain if you get the uncounted that we talked about in the store. This one is this one's counted, so it's plain. I prefer these. If it's uncounted, then I'll have the colored blocks like we talked about. Most of them are white, but this one's like a slightly blue color because it goes with the background of the thing that we're making. Then you also will get this. This has all the thread on it. It's a kind of like a fabric or the string organizer. It'll also help you know which string color is which string color. And then lastly, you'll get the manual. Sometimes you'll find the needle in the manual, so be very careful opening it. It will normally be in a plastic little thing, and then the needle will be inside of it. And then this will also like give you like tips and tricks on how to do some stuff that I might not go over. It's very good to read your manual just because there's some things I'll point out specifically in some manuals. And every cross stitcher will do things differently. I'll do starting threads differently, I'll do ending threads differently, just because some people believe that there's no knots in crotch stitch, but I use knots, so it's fine. So, and then the things that I would bring just to keep things organized that don't come in this set, I have quart size gallon bags, and then I'll have a giant gallon size bag. Ziploc. I personally like the pull tabs ones because then I can just pull the tab open. It's really easy to open, but that's just my personal preference. We already talked about cross stitch needles, so I have my extra cross stitch needles here, and then a Sharpie to label the bags. What I do for the quart size bags is I put the string like here, and then I'll put like the number for the string, and then I'll put the color for the string, because sometimes it's easier to look for the number and sometimes it's easier to look for the color. And sometimes I'll even put the symbol for it, which I'll explain in a minute. So in your manual, one of the first two things to look at is, so it says right here that you'll be using cross stitches and that they're 2 strands. So what that means is that this string, most strings have a total of 6, it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but they have a total of 6 strands. So I had already recorded this previously and I didn't like how it looked, so now I'm re-recording it. So I already took my 2 strands off, so you can see here, and I'll kind of show you. So all you have to do is just take a strand and it easily pulls away. If you're having a hard time pulling it away, just kind of just push it through. It should be fine. So probably asking, why did I pick this color? So I picked this color because when I got out my manual, the little arrow here and the little arrow here, here tell me where the middle are. So I found out where the middle was. That's where the little circle is. And then all of these like little symbols are colors. And each of these grids are typically a 10 by 10 grid. So how I would typically start a set is you go to the middle color, so I circled there, and you do that first grid. You can either do one side of it, so see like there, it's kind of cut in the middle there. You can do one side and then do the other, or you can do that full block and then go side to side. So like I said, I recorded this and didn't like it. But so what you're gonna do to find the first string, which I have right there, is you're going to, because sometimes the way that they package the canvas, it doesn't like fold exactly in the middle. So sometimes you gotta make it yourself. So you're gonna first fold it one way so that it's the middle. And then fold it the other way. So hot dog, hamburger, hamburger, hot dog, doesn't really matter as long as you know what the middle is. And don't feel like you have to like perfectly find the middle of either the canvas or the guide. It's okay if you're a little off, it just won't be centered. But there's plenty of canvas on both sides. You're not gonna like just run over the canvas unless you're like not paying attention at all. So how you put the string and the needle is most of the time I wet it with my mouth just so that it stays together. And then you just put it right in the eye of the needle. Some are more trickier than others, but typically it shouldn't be that hard. There you go. And then on the other side of this would be a knot. Since I already made the stitch in the middle, there's a knot in the canvas or in the string that's holding the stitch to the canvas. So I'm gonna just do the next stitch of this to show you how to do that. So this way. So how you're gonna do it is you're just going to put the needle through the hole. I typically start on the bottom left. And I go to, not on this one because it's already stitched through there. Never mind. So normally I do that, but for this one, since it's already stitched into that hole, then I will go from top right to bottom left. And so this is what they call half stitches. So if you see a guide that says half stitches, that would be a half stitch. And then a cross would be then you complete the right bottom to the left top. And there's your cross stitch. Then you would do this continuously until you completed that square with this color. I'll show you how to know what colors go with the guide. But also, so I talked about half stitches. This is a full cross stitch. Sometimes in some upper level guides, you'll see what's called a quarter stitch. So that means going from the hole and then going to like the middle, like you see right here, or like the middle where all four of the stitches come together. You would put the needle into that middle space to make a hole, and that's a quarter stitch. So the other reason why I knew that this color goes there, I'll show you on the guide, is that, so this is a really big guide. They're normally not this big. But so I know, so if I don't know what that symbol means, like say that dot right there, I don't know what that symbol means or what color I need to use. So I can simply go down to the bottom here and it'll say what that dot means. So the dot means that I'm using the white string, and then there's 7 strings of that white string. So if I go back to my string guide, I can look at 1. So it says 1 right here. That is my white. So this is my white string, and then the next color on it is light chartreuse. And so this is light chartreuse, and so on and so forth throughout the guide. So our first color was this, triangle right here. So I know that's dark brown. So I can also go the opposite way. So I know this is 30. So this is the black. So I can go black, dark gray, or sorry, black, darkest gray, dark gray, gray, light gray, pale gray, palest gray, dark coral, dark brown, right? Sometimes you need to be careful because, like, say for instance these two, they're different colors but they share the same hole, like these two. So most of the time they'll be like 2 completely different colors. So this one's obviously like a pink color, this one's obviously a blue color, this is a pink color, this is obviously like a beige color probably, or this blue color and this gold color. So most of the time they're in their own holes. Sometimes they share holes, so just be careful of that when you're counting. So then that's kind of the basics. And when I have, like, when I'm done with that color, like I said, I will put the number, maybe the symbol, and maybe or definitely the color, definitely the symbol, or sorry, definitely the number that goes with the color, and then the color. Sometimes I'll put the symbol, but most of the time I don't. And then, so I have this bag, and then I'll put this bag into the gallon size bag, and then I'll put them in order by number. So that's why I typically put the number first. So then when I'm looking through them, I'll be like, okay, I need this number, here it is. But you can put them in any order you want. You can put them in the order that the strings are. You can put them in the order alphabetically by color start. You can do whatever you want. So one of the last things is that every one of these black lines, these are a line, they'll tell you on the guide. It should tell you on the guide. Okay, there we go. It will tell you on the guide. This one has it. Down here it has dots. It will tell you what the dots mean. And then this tells you what the outlines mean. So back stitches, and then the colors, and I guess like for this one in particular, they just put like the black lines go with the things. Most of the time, like they'll do like black lines and then dashed lines and then whatever, which we'll talk about the different colors here. This one just decided to do where they are, like on the, oh, that looks better. Just says where they are like on the guide. So they're all black lines, but these are where they are. And I'll also say this guide, they're using 2 stitches for all cross stitches, but sometimes they'll have symbols for 1 strand, and like this one says like 1 strand for the back stitches. Back stitching is just, I'll show you right here. Back stitching is just from going from one spot to another. It sounds complicated, but it's not. And then French knotting is also very simple. It looks a lot more complicated in the picture, but it's really easy to do. I'm trying to think. I think that's it. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always call me and ask me. But I think that's it for now. I hope to see one of your crazy inventions or crazy sewing patterns in the future, and I really actually might go into this one as well, but I'm working on another one right now, which I may show you the progress of with these videos. So thank you.